What up, my ninjas? I am back with a review. This is the Arkham City, well, Batman Legacy Arkham City Nightwing. Um, I got this figure actually about a month ago, and I've been sitting on these pictures for a while, so I figured, hey, what the hell, let me get this out the way. Dick Grayson he's one of my kind of favorite characters because he's been a character who I've always had trouble trying to get in figure form. Um, I had a Robin figure when I was a kid. The Robin figure broke, and it took forever for me to get another one. I didn't get another one from, let me see. I had the Superpowers Robin. I broke him, and I didn't get another one until the animated series popped up. So I've got some history with this character. I'm just going to say, though, that after playing the Arkham games, the Rocksteady versions of the Batman universe, they make sense of a lot of things that even as a kid, I felt like, this is how it should be done. And their version of Nightwing actually matches the way I would have done it. And this is how I would do it. That's a convention sketch from a few years back. I think it's 2005. Wow. That's the only time I've ever drawn Nightwing. But there's some things on this figure that feel like logical things that you would put on, a Nightwing to make him feel a little bit more, real. But as you can see, it's dead on Nightwing from Arkham City. I wish he was really part of the game as opposed to an add-on or DLC, but whatever. Anyway, the costume is insanely well done. All the little rivets, everything, even the nightsticks. And these are reused nightsticks from other DC Universe classics like Bronze Tiger and the previous Nightwing, the DCUC version. But still, they work here. Personally, I would use the longer ones from the DC Superheroes Nightwing from way back in the beginning, but this works. I love the fact that his suit looks almost like a modified biker suit, but it's awesome. He has all the standard DCUC articulation. There's no new joints, no hidden joints, no double joints, which we need to. They should be standard on these figures by now, but whatever. The paint job is marvelous. Marvelous. The paint job is insane. It's like, on such a simple figure, you would think that they would like kind of skimp on paint because there's not that much paint on the figure. But everywhere that paint is applied, it's done immaculately. You have kind of a prismatic, glossy blue with black outline. You've got the silver rivets all over the costume. On the front, they're painted, but on the back, they're not. But do you see what I'm saying? It's almost like a prismatic wash for the blue. But the costume is pretty much gray with black in certain spots, but overall it's gray. I dig the Eskrima sticks. Eskrima is a nice martial art. It's awesome for a street fighting type of superhero. I mean, we got to see Eskrima showcased in Daredevil just a little bit, but I can't wait for someday to see Eskrima and Kali like on the big screen with a superhero so they can show us all the fancy stuff, And I've seen some of it, and believe me, it's good stuff. His boots are pretty nice. I have a thing for the shoes on superheroes. I like when the details make sense for what the hero is trying to do. And he's a street level hero, so his boots look like they can take what he's going to be dishing out. Once again, that blue is continued into his gloves. And it's just nice. And it's a nice royal blue. It's a deep royal blue, and it works. Like I said, the boots are awesome. There's armor, and then there's, you can see there's a bit of flexibility towards the ankles. And then there's knee pads on top of it, which they look like they're a little bit, they could be part of the boot or they could be part of the suit leading into the boot. Either way, they look nice. This is one of the best dressed street level heroes that I've seen in a long time. The detail on his gloves is really nice too. You can see he's got the built-in, he's wearing obviously the Nomex glove base, and then he's got the knuckle plates on top, and it's nice. Now, a lot of people complain about his head sculpt. They said his head's too big. When he's staring dead at you, it's fine. It's when he looks down or something, which you'll see in the next picture, that he looks kind of, you know, you can see it's a little bit bigger. But it's only like a couple inches off. I mean, his head's not bigger than his torso. He's still his head is still his torso is still 2 heads long, which is good. That's average. Here are all the other DCUC versions. Well, DC Superheroes, DCUC, and then the Batman Legacy line. When you compare them to the DC Superheroes, there's a huge difference, because I think that was the only Nightwing that was made. The others were repaints of this Nightwing. I loved that figure. You know, I won't even lie. I loved the whole Bruce Lee build that he had, and I dug the fact that he came with the longer Eskrima sticks that I have in the hands of the DC Universe Classics version. For some reason, if I'm going to actually use that figure, which I have been, or if I'm going to have him be the one on display, the prominent one, the longer sticks make sense to me, because the Screamer sticks are longer than those tiny little billy clubs that they gave him. And you would think that the Horsemen would have did a little bit more research, but I know they're churning out these figures on such a scale that you kind of have to, you know, they got to do what they got to do. But as you can see, it's the same. That nightstick, the silver one, comes from the DCUC Nightwing, and you can see the black one is the same. It's just repainted. Boots, you can tell they've upgraded the boots. The overall look of the original DC Superheroes one is the Tony Daniel Nightwing stuff. You can clearly see from the boots to the gloves to just the overall way the costume fits. Now the DCUC version is like an updated version. It's like a mix between Bruce Timm and what Tony Daniel did. And I like this figure. It took me a long time to find him. I actually didn't get him until they re-released him in the All-Star line, because I thought that I would never pick him up because I kept seeing him for such insane prices. But see, there's the original Nightsticks. Why not, or the original Eskrima sticks. Why not continue with those? My brother has a pair of Eskrima sticks, and they're about that length. That makes sense. But as you can see, he still kind of has the Tony Daniel-ish kind of boots, but they've lengthened them and they've smoothed them out a little bit, which is more of the Bruce Timm look, you know, or even the Nightwing that you saw in Teen Titans. This Nightwing obviously looks good next to the Arkham City Batman, and especially with that cape. I'm very proud of those capes. But he's got his own little thing to him, and he looks cool enough that you can put him next to whatever Batman you might have. And it's like, he's not too big to be put next to your DC Universe Classics figures or your other Batman Legacy figures. So, you know, all in all, I say that this Nightwing is a definite must-have. He's been out for about a month, about maybe 2 months. Yeah, because it's May. I say pick him up as soon as you can. He is worth it. Now, I will say that being that all he comes with is his sticks, and they didn't do anything else with him, I think he comes with a stand also. Don't pay over $50 for this figure, because that's just ridiculous, you know? But if you see him, pick him up. I found mine at Target. I think over at Target they're about 15 or 16 bucks, something like that, which isn't horrible because these are bigger than some of the Young Justice figures, and you know, to me, this is a little bit more reasonable. You pay under 20 bucks for a figure with really well done details, and this version, I don't know, it just looks the part, and I don't think DC Direct has done a Nightwing yet. So yeah, definitely pick this one up if you are a fan of Nightwing, if you're a fan of Arkham City, or you know, if you just like to have, you know, Dick Grayson across the years, then pick him up. It's worth it, okay? I will talk to you later. I'll be back with some more reviews, and that's it for me. You've been great. Peace, people.